Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the new 444 trio from Lights Lacquer for the brand's 4th birthday. These are available right now, so I'll link the Lights Lacquer website down below where you guys can check these out. I do have a coupon/affiliate code with Lights Lacquer, which will be on the screen in the description box. 3 polishes altogether, and I'll get into the swatches. In addition to the polishes, there are also some new nail art gems that have come out with the collection. They're these kind of large, cool toned, very iridescent gems. The first polish is called Angel Baby, and this is described as a petal pink opalescent polish with a blue shift and a shimmer finish. This is definitely sheer on the first coat. It has just enough of that scattered sparkle to it. I think if it had any less, I would probably complain. The blue shimmer actually didn't show up on camera as well as it did in person, but it just like glows off of the polish. It's very bright and glowy and doesn't really have any distinct particles. It's a really, really fine, almost like pearlescent shimmer, which I guess, yes, pearlescent, but it also doesn't have any brush strokes to it. This covered almost completely for me in 3 coats. I could see a little tiny bit of nail line in person, but it was very subtle. I do think this is a polish that could get patchy if you're not more careful and light-handed with your application. So that is 3 coats of Angel Baby. The next polish is called Easy Bake, and this is described as a light lilac polish with a cream finish. This is pretty opaque on the first coat. It was a little bit streaky for me. That being said, I do have some pretty gnarly ridges on this nail, so that's going to make the streaks look a lot worse. I do think it looks a little bit better here on camera than it did in person. I did a slightly thicker second coat just to make up for that, and it covered completely for me in 2 coats. Though I do think with a heavy hand, you might need 3. So that is 2 coats of Easy Bake. And the last polish is called Birthday Wishes, and this is described as a cool lavender polish with a metallic finish. Whew, she's frosty. This is one that is definitely going to show the brush strokes if you're not trying to make them as straight as possible, and then it's still going to show them, but they just won't look as bad. And I know that these finishes are back. I just can't get on board with it. But to be fair, a lot of those brush strokes do melt in pretty well for a very pearly polish like this, and this easily covered for me in 2 coats. So that is 2 coats of Birthday Wishes. If you're not down for the brush strokes, you could alternatively sponge on that last coat. That won't necessarily remove the texture. It will just give you a different texture. You'll kind of have sponge texture instead of brush texture, but it just depends on which look you prefer. I actually used to prefer the sponged on look, but I don't think that I like it better on this one. And you also can't judge the sponge look until you see it with top coat. So there is 2.5 coats with the sponge. Okay, for comparisons, let's start with Angel Baby. So that's going to be this one and this one right here. The first one that I have is Eat My Bubbles. I think this was supposed to be more of a topper. It's very sheer. It really just has that contrasting, not contrasting because there's nothing to contrast to because it's sheer. It just has a shifty shimmer to it. It has much more of a glitter-like shimmer to it, less of a pearly glow like the shimmer in Angel Baby, and is not going to have that slight milky finish to it if you were to put 3 coats on your nail because it is, again, more sheer, more suited as a topper. Next I have I'll Be Seeing You. This is also more suited as a topper. This has, again, more of a sparkly shimmer to it. It doesn't have that kind of milky finish because it is more of a clear-based polish, and it has these little tiny gold flakes to it. They look pretty dense here because I did 3 coats, so you'd have much more of a sparse flake as a topper, but again, not super comparable. And then the last one that I have is Mean Girl, and like, I don't even know why this is here. It was the first one that I pulled out, and it had a very similar like blue pearly glow to it, but that's the only thing that's similar. Next we have Easy Bake. So the first one that I pulled out is St. Clair. So St. Clair here and Easy Bake here, not even close. This is a blush pink. This is a periwinkle. I don't know what I was getting at with that one. The next one that I have here is Frenchie. This is a much brighter, more bubblegum pink, so less of this dusty, almost mauve shade. Next I have Jukebox Baby. That's gonna lean a lot more lilac and less pink. And last I have Birthday Brat, which is much more like a rose toned, kind of more neutral pink. So no close dupes there. The cats have decided to wrestle on the cat tree behind me, and neither one of them is agile enough to be doing this, so you might hear some noise. Next I have Birthday Wishes. The first one, first of all, like, look at the finish, is super weird here. This is a chrome, but it dried like very wrinkly on the swatch wheel, super weird. So this is Spanglish next to Birthday Wishes. Nothing really comparable here. Spanglish is like a gunmetal chrome, where Birthday Wishes obviously is much lighter pastel and like, I feel like a little more pearly and less chrome, even though they both look a little weird from the way that they dried on the swatch wheel. And the next one that I have is Brujita. This is a magnetic, but I didn't magnetize it, obviously. Dark purple, smoky, not close. These are just the only ones that I could find in my Lights Lacquer / Kale Polish collection that were kind of pearly and chrome-like, but nothing close. I think my favorite is going to be Angel Baby, but I don't think that I would wear it on its own in 2 or 3 coats. I think I would prefer it as a topper. The blue shimmer in this was just so bright and glowy and smooth, and I really, really liked that look, but I didn't necessarily like the polish. Not that like I didn't like it, I just didn't love it built up on its own, so I think this would be cool as a topper over maybe like a light baby pink, kind of like Frenchie in the comparisons. Ooh, or even like a jelly white, just something to make it a little bit brighter underneath, but not stark, stark white. So that is the Lights Lacquer 444 trio for Lights Lacquer's 4th birthday. Again, I will link that website down below where you guys can check these out. I also have my coupon / affiliate code with Lights Lacquer, which will be on the screen in the description box. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later.